You ready?
Kind of nervous.
No.
But it's time for this day to happen. We've both been through a lot together, and so this day has just been impending on our minds for so long. And then anxious is a harsh word, but I think it is still accurate because not necessarily a worried anxious, but it's more like a nervous, excited anxious. When we're together, it's just that so freeing feeling of not having to pretend to be someone else or having to put on a show for someone, but I can be more of myself when I'm with her. And so when we're together, it's just a lot of being genuine and authenticity. And so, I don't know, it's pretty good.
We're gathered here today to celebrate the love of a very incredible couple, Turner and Kirsten. And I think I can speak for everyone here when I say that a couple like you is hard to come by. That every room either one of you walks into, the entire dynamic has changed and people seem to feel better just by adding your presence to the mix.
Kirsten, ever since I was young, I dreamed about getting married and having a wife. I know it's probably not super common for a red-blooded male child to wonder and dream of his wedding day, but I think it speaks to how important marriage is to me and how high I value it. So I knew that someday I would probably get married and that it would probably be to a woman, although some of you might not have thought that. And I knew that I was going to be surrounded by all my friends and family. What I didn't know was that I would be marrying the most amazing woman that I've ever met. And the word amazing doesn't even begin to describe the most minute qualities of you. I could learn every language in the entire world, and I still wouldn't have enough words to describe how I feel about you. I vow to pursue Christ with you. I vow to make him the center of our home, and I vow to look to him above all else. I vow to love you endlessly. I can't promise that everything will always be peachy, and I can't promise that we won't have hard times, but what I can promise is relentless devotion, so we never have to fight our battles alone. God has given me the greatest gift that I could have ever received. And my heart is yours forever, forever. Like no trade backs, right? No take backs. Yeah, I love you.
Turner, on this day, I can't help but think back to that first moment I met you. About 30 feet away, you stood in a clearing on a path dripping water from actually swimming across the river to get to us, and doing some strange dance while everyone chanted your name. Oh, how I love to say, look how far we've come, but we all know how much weird dancing you're going to be doing tonight.
The dancing doesn't stop.
But that quality about you is something I've come to know, love, and cherish. Your raw and genuine passion for life is something I had never encountered in a person before I met you. The way you embrace every moment and truly live in the present without worry continually inspires me, and I've said this to you before, and I'll say it again. You add an abundance of color to my world. I like to think that God gave me a blank canvas and gave you the Mr. Sketch markers. He blessed me with the best artist I could have ever asked for, minus any type of artistic ability. I will thank him every day for the rest of my days. God knew what I needed back on August 8, 2015, and he knew I needed you. Turner Samuel Zahn, I vow to love you without reservations or conditions as I love my Lord and Savior. I vow to stand by you no matter what gets thrown our way. I vow to push you and encourage you to shine in everything you do and always be your #1 fan. I vow to love you even when I write you a letter and I forget you can't read it because it's in cursive. I vow to, even when the boat gets rocky, wade the storm and set free the sail with you by my side. You're my best friend, my sidekick, my lover, and Luna's favorite cuddle buddy. I vow to commit my forever to you, to hold in your hands. I love you.
Paul writes in Ephesians 5, and he's writing about this idea of marriage. And he gives some instructions to husbands and wives, and he starts off and he says, submit to one another out of reverence for Christ. So in other words, this picture of marriage is this: the two of you would submit to one another mutually, that you would serve one another mutually as you chase forward to all that Christ has for you. And this is the kind of marriage that you guys are basing your lives on. This is the kind of marriage that you're vowing to. It's the kind of love of Jesus and this picture of him that you now get to be to an onlooking world. Well, there's really just one last question I have for both of you. Turner, do you take Kirsten to be your wife, to honor her, keep her, and love her as Christ loves us, as long as you two will live?
I do.
And Kirsten, do you take Turner to be your husband, to honor him, keep him, and love him as Christ loves us for as long as you two will live?
I do.
Well, now pronounce you husband and wife, so Turner, you can kiss your bride.